Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting a new weekly reading vlog. It is currently Wednesday the 26th of July when I'm starting this. If you're new here, you will quickly realise that we do not tend to start our weekly reading vlogs on a Monday. We try. We are trying. What is it? You want to say hello? I see. If you're new, I have a little friend with me here today because I am staying at my mum's this week until Sunday, so it's going to be a little bit of a different one, very different setting, but I've got some company right here while I do my reading and while I do my work. I'm currently on my lunch break, as per usual when I'm starting these vlogs. But as of right now, I am currently reading 2 books and they are both thrillers. Now, I'm not entirely happy about that because I can do okay with reading more than one book at once now, but usually in a different format. So I'll read one physically, one audiobook. Sometimes I can also get away with having an ebook and like an actual like physical copy. So this week I am listening to an audiobook and I also have an ebook on the go, but I do try to keep these different genres. I feel like especially with thrillers, it is so easy to get confused between the two when you're reading them alongside each other because thrillers tend to be written in a very similar style and they're both sort of giving you little hints and clues. I feel like it's so easy to get mixed up with which clue you got from which book and totally mess up your reading of the story. So yeah, I don't tend to read 2 thrillers at one time. Why are you so noisy? But I was already listening to the audiobook of A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham last week, and then a couple of nights ago I was up, I couldn't really sleep, and I picked up my Kindle, watched start a new book, and The Housemaid by Frida McFadden was calling out to me. So I started it. And that is how we have come to be in this situation. I think the best plan of attack now would be to read one then the other and not keep reading parts of them, because I just know I'm going to get confused and it's going to ruin my enjoyment of both books. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to read first and which one I'm going to read second, but I do think I should read one then the other. So I'm currently 50% of the way through A Flicker in the Dark. I am really enjoying this one. If you didn't watch my last vlog, this one is basically about a woman called Chloe who, when she was a child, there were a number of disappearances in her town, all young teenagers. They never found the bodies, but they assumed they were murdered, and her dad was actually arrested for it and is in prison to this day. And now we're following her in the present. She is, I think, in her 30s. She is a therapist, she is engaged, but she's still definitely very damaged by what she went through as a child. And now there are more disappearances of young girls starting in the town she lives in now, and the circumstances are very similar to the ones from when she was a child, so it seems like they're connected in some way. That's the basic premise of the story. Basically in this book I trust absolutely no one. I said this in my previous vlog, I don't trust the fiance at all. He's the most shady for me at the moment, but I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a red herring. I don't trust the brother. There is a journalist that's trying to speak to her, I don't trust him, and I also don't trust her at all. I am not sure if she's a very reliable narrator. She's done a couple of shady things already and I don't know what else she is hiding from us. So yeah, basically I'm on high alert when I'm listening to this book for any sort of clues because no one can be trusted at this point. I'm really enjoying it. It's very fast paced. I love how we have flashbacks to when she was a child alongside the present so we can see how similar the investigations are, how there might be links, and I like the pacing of how we are finding out details about both investigations. Yeah, thoroughly enjoying it so far. So I'm halfway through that one, hoping to finish that one off very soon. And then, like I said, I started The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This is my first Frida McFadden. I've heard such amazing things about her writing and this book in particular. Oh, is that my mum? Okay guys, I had to move because the living room is now occupied, but I believe I was talking about The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, which I'm currently at 20% off. I started it 2 nights ago, I believe, and I honestly didn't want to put it down. I started reading it because I couldn't sleep, and then all I wanted to do was read it and not sleep, but I got sleepy. Make it make sense. But it is so good so far. It is incredibly infuriating to read, but it's supposed to be. It's not anything to do with the writing. We're basically following Millie, who has been in prison for the last 10 years, I believe, but we don't know why. And now when she comes out, she obviously has like no prospects. She is trying so hard to find a job. She's living out of her car, and then she finds a job as a housemaid for this like really rich woman who lives with her husband, who is the rich one, and their daughter. And Millie thinks there's no way she's going to get this job because as soon as they do a background check on her, they'll find out that she was in prison and they won't want her. But then, interestingly enough, she gets the job and moves into this house. So we're already thinking maybe there's a reason that she's been hired. Like maybe so that she could be blackmailed, maybe she'll hide stuff, I don't know. But it's a little bit shady. Not that I don't think she should have been hired, but I just mean this woman, I just don't think she would have hired her without some sort of reason, because this woman is awful. She makes mess constantly for Millie to clear up. Her daughter is a little brat. She will ask Millie to do something, and then when she goes to do it, she's like, why are you doing that? As if she hasn't asked her to do it. I do think there's mental illness involved, and perhaps this woman doesn't actually remember asking her to do these things, but at the moment it's so infuriating to read because the way she's being treated is just so bad. And the husband just like allows it to happen. Like he knows exactly what his wife is doing, but he just allows her to. And I don't know if that's because he's just so in love with her that he would never try and want to hurt her in any way or like go against her in any way. I don't know. Basically there's a lot of tension in the house at the moment. That's basically as far as we've gotten. But the room that the housemaid stays in is also in the attic, and it's like teeny and shabby compared to the rest of this amazing house. It locks from the outside and it has scratch marks on the inside of the door. So something's not right. And also the gardener, who doesn't really speak much English, spoke to her in Italian and she heard the word danger. And the first couple of times that she came to visit, he looked at her and just shook his head like, do not come anywhere near this. So but obviously our girl Millie does not really have many options. She needs this job, so she's going to put up with all of the crap. She is going to ignore all of the bad signs and just try and make some money, have somewhere to live. So yeah, I'm currently at the 20% mark. I feel like things are probably about to start kicking off, and we'll find out what's really going on here because things are just not right. So yeah, those are the two reading plans for this week, both of those thrillers. I would really like to finish both of them this week so I have a fresh start for my holiday next week. We'll see. I don't know how much time I'm going to have for reading this week just because I am at home. I obviously want to spend a lot of time with my mum. I've got plans with my friend on Friday for some drinks and a catch up, and then Sunday I do want to leave as early as possible to go back to Glasgow because I have a lot to get done before we go on holiday on the Monday. So I feel like it's going to be quite a busy week. We'll just have to wait and see how much reading I get done, but I will of course update you along the way. But right now I am going to get back to work and I will speak to you all later. Happy Friday. Over the last couple of days I have been listening to my audiobook whenever I've had a little chance, whenever I have been getting ready for the day, on my lunch, all of that jazz. And this afternoon I have finished A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham, and I think I'm gonna have to start doing 0.5 ratings. I never wanted to do that because I didn't want to make it any more like complicated than it already was. I've always stuck to just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, but there's something about this book that when I got to the end of it, 3 felt too low but 4 felt far too high. So I'm gonna have to go with 3.5, and even like I've started using G's compile just to track my reading, and out of interest I put in like what I probably would have rated each of the categories, and that came out as a 3.5 as well. So yeah, we're gonna have to start using 0.5 ratings. I've told myself I'll never go to the 0.25 ratings, but all bets are off now. So I'm gonna go with a 3.5 star rating for this one. I did really enjoy it. Personally, I think the first half was a lot better than the second half. The first half had me so intrigued, so on edge. I was dying to find out what was going on. There was a lot of like characters in play who could be the killer, and I was really hoping for like a good twist at the end. This sort of like 50% to 75% mark I really didn't enjoy because the way it was going seemed really, really predictable, and I was like, please, please, please let there be another twist, or the whole book is just gonna like go way downhill. Thankfully there were other twists. There were quite a few twists towards the end. I think everything was really well explained. It was all really well planned out. All the loose ends were tied up, which is something that I need in a thriller. I hate when you get to the end of the thriller and they have this big twist but it doesn't actually make sense with a lot of the other things that have happened in the book. So I liked all that, but there was just something about the writing of that I just didn't find enjoyable. Like yes, it was twisty, but it didn't feel like shocking to me. I didn't feel that invested. With a lot of thrillers, if there was twists like that, I literally be like in shock, like stop what I'm doing and listen to the twist, where I didn't quite feel like that with this one. Part of it could just be because the more thrillers I read, the more picky I get, and maybe I am just looking for a lot more in a thriller these days. I don't know, it'd be interesting to see if I had read this one as one of my first thrillers what I would have rated it, because I do think I'm definitely getting a lot more picky, and I do ask for a lot when it comes to a good twisty well written ending. There was nothing wrong with this, I wouldn't say, I just feel like I didn't connect to it as much as I would to like my favourite thriller books. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. It is a good, interesting, like psychological thriller. It had some really good ideas in it. Like I said, it was all really well thought out, and the ending was a twisty one, but for some reason I just didn't get the same satisfaction as I have from other thrillers. Like I felt kind of let down. I don't know, like that could be completely personal, it probably is. I have seen very mixed reviews of this book, so maybe it is kind of like a love or hate type book. I don't know, although I didn't hate it or love it, so that literally made no sense. But yeah, a good thriller, 3.5 rating. I'm glad to have finished a book this week because I've not had that much time for reading. Like I have been spending a lot of time with my mum, we've been watching a lot of TV, we've been going for walks, so I haven't been doing too much reading. I haven't picked up any more of The Housemaid since we last spoke. That is next on my agenda, hopefully in the mornings and nights this weekend I can maybe get some more of that read, because I do feel like it'll be a super fast read. The first 20% I did in one night, and I don't think it took me too long at all, so I'm hoping that I'll have just another like hour here and there to just like speed through that book, because it would be really good to finish 2 books this week. I like that. That's like usually my average, about 2 books per week, and I would really love to keep it that way, keep the momentum up. But those are my current reading updates. As always with these updates, I am on my lunch from work, so I will be getting back to work soon. This evening I'm gonna go visit Hayley, one of my best friends. We're just gonna have like a cozy girls night, make a nice dinner, maybe watch some movies, eat some snacks, just a nice little cozy night together. Tomorrow I think my mum and I are gonna go and look at an antiques fair, and then also go around the charity shops to see if we see anything, and then we'll probably have like a nice family night before I go back to Glasgow on Sunday morning. So I'm not sure how much reading I'll get done in the next couple of days, but I will of course take you along for the next few days, and I'll give you an update when I can. Sunday. This week has been such a strange one with me being back visiting my mum, but I am now back in Glasgow. I don't really have too much of a reading update for you guys. On Friday night, obviously, I went to my friend Hayley's. We just had a really cosy night in with a couple of gins, made a nice dinner, listened to some music and watched a movie as well. I had not seen Wild Child in years, and watching it as like an adult now, I feel like I saw the movie in a whole new light. Like, some of it was so difficult to watch now, but we were talking about how when we were teenagers it was so relatable, like the way she felt about the love interest. Now seems ridiculous, but when you are a teenager you do genuinely feel things so intensely because you're so hormonal, so it would have been hugely relatable at the time. Now it's just a little bit cringe. But we had a lovely time, and then yesterday my mum and I went to an auction house to look at some antiques, which was so much fun. I've never been to one before, and just walking around looking at all the different like items, all the different things that you get there is so interesting. But honestly it just makes me so curious. Like, I want to know the story behind all of the items, like where all these things came from, how old they are, who's had them before, what they've seen. Honestly, maybe it's something about being like a reader and wannabe writer, but I just want to know the story behind everything in that place. We then went round to the charity shops, we had a nice lunch, and yeah, it was just a really nice day. And then we ended up having like a nice cozy night last night, watching a couple of movies, and now I am back in Glasgow. And I do have a couple of things to unbox for you guys because I came back to some very exciting book mail. So I have two fairyloot boxes here that I've missed, and I also have an Amazon package as well, and I have not ordered anything, so someone must have sent me something. So we're going to open that one first because I'm really intrigued. Oh my, this is literally the teeniest little bit of cardboard left ever. That's ridiculous. That is the most unsatisfying thing in the world. Oh my god. Oh my god, who has sent me this? Who is it? Oh my god, Nicola, you're honestly the cutest thing. So Nicola has sent me Kingdom of the Cursed by Kerry Maniscalco. Ever since I read Kingdom of the Wicked, I have been dying to read Kingdom of the Cursed, and now you know I'm going to have to get to this one ASAP because I loved Kingdom of the Wicked. I need more wrath in my life. I need to know what happens next. I am so excited to be holding this one in my hands. But Nicola has sent me this saying congrats on 6k, which I just hit this week, and I'm so excited about it. Like, honestly, when I started this channel, I never thought I'd get more than like 100 subscribers. The fact that I now have over 6,000 is just ridiculous to me. It honestly is amazing. You guys have no idea how grateful I am to every single one of you. But Nicola has sent me this to say congratulations. So glad to see you're back making vlogs and content. Enjoy Wrath. And I will. You know I will. I'll of course pop in a little gift note in front of the book. I do keep every single gift note that comes with every book that I receive from you guys. Nicola, thank you so much. I honestly, I cannot wait to read this one. That honestly means the world. And then I think next up we will open this fairyloot box. I'm pretty sure I know which exclusive edition this is, and I am incredibly excited for it. Once again, if you guys don't know, I do work for fairyloot, so I don't actually pay for any of these editions. I do get them gifted and it's the best thing ever, but oh my god, it is the edition I thought it was going to be. This is unbelievable. I'm so excited for this. This edition is freaking stunning, and I've been dying to read this book, but I've been waiting for the fairyloot edition before I read it. Oh my god. So it is of course Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. Can we just... the edges. I don't know if that'll be... I can actually see if that's... It's freaking stunning. Oh my god. Ah, look at my naked hardback. No, I am not okay. Oh my god. It's stunning. I actually cannot wait to read this book. I've been hearing such amazing things. I just love R.F. Kuang, honestly. I've only read The Poppy War, but I love her as a person. I have been to see her speak, and she's just one of the most intelligent, impressive human beings on the planet. So yeah, definitely going to be trying to get to this one ASAP. And then this one is, of course, the July YA box. So I'm not going to show you everything in the box, but I am going to show you the book because it is another one that I am super excited for. Oh my god, I forgot there's socks. There's freaking socks. I love fairyloot socks so much. They're like my favourite thing in the world. Magnetic bookmarks. Oh my god, right, okay, there's too much in here to be excited about, so I'm not going to show you all. Let's just get the book at the bottom. God, look at those edges already. I've seen everyone receiving these and I've been so freaking excited to get mine. So this is Threads That Bind by Kika Hatsupulu. And can we just appreciate how freaking stunning this edition is? Like the most gorgeous colours. Oh my god, look at those end papers. Look at it. And it's, I believe it's a reversible dust jacket as well. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, and look at the naked hardcover too. Honestly, I am just obsessed with fairyloot editions. It's not even because I work there, like I just absolutely love fairyloot so much. I cannot get over how stunning those edges are. Okay, so I now have 3 amazing books in my possession that I cannot wait to get to. Maybe we'll have to try and sneak at least one of them onto my August TBR, which coincidentally is what I am just about to film right now. And it's an exciting one. It should be a fun one if all goes to plan, because I am starting another little TBR game, like just a nice sort of easy one that I think will be fun for choosing out my TBR, picking out my TBR each month. So I'm going to go ahead and try and film that just now. I do also want to get it edited and uploaded tonight, and it is currently 1:45, so I've got a lot of work ahead of me. I then also need to get myself ready because we are going away to Iona tomorrow, so I need to get myself packed and ready to go. I think our first train's at like 10 to 8, so yeah. I have a busy Sunday ahead of me. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more reading done. It would be great to finish The Housemaid by the end of today, but I just don't think I'm gonna have enough time. We'll see though, we'll see. I will keep you guys updated. Alright guys, it has been quite a few days since we last spoke. It is now Friday the 5th of August? 4th of August, Friday the 4th of August. I am just coming on here to finish out this vlog. I obviously have been on holiday in Iona for the last 4 days, so this is me just back and now able to finish the vlog because I did not do so before I left. But as a final reading update, I did actually end up finishing The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and you guys, this one was a whirlwind. I was totally getting ready within the first half of the book to tell you guys that I was not enjoying it. The first 50% is very much setting up this relationship between Nina Winchester, the woman of the house, the rich woman of the house, and Millie who goes to work for her, and the whole first 50% really is just Nina treating Millie like crap, and I found it really difficult to read as someone who really struggles with injustice in any form. This one was a toughie. Like the things she did to Millie and the way Millie just had to deal with it because she could not lose this job, so she just had to put up with so much and take the blame for so much, and honestly I was just really struggling to read it. I was not enjoying it at all. And then at the 50% mark we get one hell of a twist, and then everything changed. My whole opinion on the book changed. And the second half of the book, I honestly could not stop reading. I did not want to put it down for 1 second. My mind was absolutely blown. Like Jordan and I were reading on holiday and we were sat outside our cute little picnic bench outside our pod, and I was just sat there going oh my god, what? Over and over and over again, and he was just sat there like reading his little murder bot book, having the greatest time, probably like what the heck is going on over there with her. But I was so shook, and as I always say, if a book is able to like elicit such an emotional response from me, it must be good writing. So the fact that this one for the first 50% had me so infuriated, and then in the second half just blew my mind. This one could only be 5 stars. I'm still reeling from it, I'm not gonna lie. Frida McFadden knows what she's doing. I definitely need to read more of her books. The second half of the book was so good, the way everything was explained, the ending. Honestly, if you're a fan of thrillers, please go read The Housemaid because I absolutely loved it. And it's got me in such a thriller mood now, but I've got other things I need to read as well, so we shall see. But I have not vlogged this week at all while we've been away. I know I said I would, but I ended up just wanting to just enjoy the time that Jordan and I had together while we were away, so I did not vlog. So there will not be a weekly vlog next week. But what I'm hoping there will be instead is a 24-hour reading vlog, because this weekend myself, Maddie, Christy are all going to do another little 24-hour readathon together. I'm so excited. Honestly, it's exactly what I need. Like I said last time I did the 24-hour readathon, the way I did it with the 12 hours and 12 hours, it was actually so peaceful and so enjoyable. So I'm really excited just to like recharge this weekend, just reading all weekend. Honestly, cannot wait. So hopefully, if all goes well, you will have a 24-hour reading vlog next Wednesday, hopefully. Like I said, it's Friday when I'm finishing this one up, but I'm hoping to edit it right now and get it up for you guys tonight because it is a little bit late. I do like to get my weekly reading vlogs up sort of like on the Wednesday midweek. But that will conclude this week's reading vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it. As always, I'm sorry it was a little bit disjointed disjointed, but fingers crossed it was still enjoyable. Please do let me know what you have been reading in the past week. Let me know if you've got any recommendations for me. I love getting your guys' recommendations. They always go straight on my list for later on because you guys know me so well. If you made it to the end of this video, pop a celebratory emoji down below to commemorate hitting 6k. I know it seems like such a small milestone to some people, but to me it honestly means the world. I have been stuck on 5k for a long time as well, mostly because I've been going in and out of YouTube. But anyway, it was very nice to hit 6k. I'm so excited about it. So pop a little celebratory emoji down below just to let me know that you made it to the end of the video and that you enjoyed your time here. But as always, if you did enjoy the video, please do give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more bookish content from me, comment down below with any of your thoughts and feelings. I do reply to every single comment. I love you all and I'll see you in my next one.